Hi everyone, long time no see. In case you didn't know, I was sick, so that's why I wasn't posting any videos, but now I'm back, and yes, I'm aware of the current sentiment. Everybody's saying Bitcoin is dead, the bears are cheering for 40, 50K again. But today I want to talk about something that's very different. I want to talk about the Bitcoin supply shock. In fact, I think it's a pretty good time to talk about it. This isn't hype. I'm not making any price predictions here. This is definitely not financial advice. It's just data. I'm just sharing the data. So, as we know, Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million coins by design. That means no more can ever be created. Think about what happens when demand keeps growing while the amount of Bitcoin available to trade gets tighter and tighter. Well, that's the core idea behind a Bitcoin supply shock. Some might argue that this would never materialize, but you might not realize how small, how scarce Bitcoin actually is. What I mean by that is, as of today, roughly 20 million coins have already been mined, and that's over 95% of the total supply. Only about 900,000 to 1 million remain to be mined. And thanks to the halving mechanism, this will continue all the way until 2140. Now, out of the coins that have been mined, estimates suggest 2 to 4 million coins are lost forever due to forgotten keys, dead owners, or mistakes. And that's roughly about 10 to 20% of the supply gone forever. Then there's the illiquid supply. Fidelity highlights two major cohorts, one being coins that haven't moved in over 7 years, and the second being entities over 1,000 BTC. Together, they control over 6 million coins. That's around 28% to 30% of the total supply. We can also consider nations and sovereign entities. I think this is taken out from Fidelity's data. And on top of that, spot ETFs, right now they hold about 1.1 to 1.3 million. I know recently money is flowing out, but during some periods, these ETFs can absorb thousands of BTC in just one single day. You also have corporate treasuries like Strategy. I know they're selling right now, but the historic patterns suggest that sometimes and on regular basis so far, they have been stacking thousands per week. Keep in mind that only 450 BTC are mined every day. That means in some weeks, institutions and corporate treasuries are absorbing the supply at multiples of the new issuance. Finally, when you combine the lost coins, the long-term holders, nations, ETFs, the pool of truly liquid Bitcoin available is surprisingly small. Glassnode shows the total illiquid supply is around 13 million, which is roughly about 67% of the circulating supply. It was higher back in 2025. I think it was around like 75%. So of course, people gave up and sold, and there's also selling pressure from the miners, which is because they are rotating into AI. The bottom line is Bitcoin is very volatile. It's not going to go up in a straight line as some of us might expect. You get corrections along the way, and money rotates, and narratives shift. But the key point is because of how constrained the real supply has become, even modest buying can create massive price move. With Clarity Act and the potential developments around the U.S. Strategic Reserve, Patrick Witt hinted it at the Bitcoin conference. It's been like, what, 2 weeks? And nothing happened, so it's probably a nothing burger. But you also have the Bitcoin Act. This could open up a door for institutional and nation state demand. These factors could set the stage for a real supply shock. And again, Bitcoin is so scarce. If all the millionaires in the US wants to buy one coin, there is simply not enough. So even with AI going crazy, I still believe that Bitcoin deserves a place in my portfolio. And of course, that's just my opinion. For those of you guys who are comparing AI and Bitcoin, just don't. Okay, they're two very different things. It's just very illogical to make that comparison. Yeah.